Are you feeling like there should be more to this life? Is it getting harder to be the person the world expects you to be? Have you asked profound questions but aren't getting the answers that you seek? If you answered yes to any of these, you are right where you belong. You are about to discover an ancient path that has guided people like you towards self-mastery for over 3,000 years. This is not a belief system, though we do respect the power of each individual's beliefs. It is not a religion, but we do center ourselves on spirit. Today, I will share how you can benefit from a complete system with the knowledge, tools, energy, and authority to know yourself and be fulfilled. Through my 20 years of experience, this system has proven itself to be the most effective way to continuously master myself and help others to do the same thing. Welcome to the Adventure of a Lifetime 5 Steps to Change. I'm a spiritual guide, a teacher, a healer, certified by the Modern Mystery School, where I've studied this hermetic system for empowerment and purposeful living since 2003. I'm also a leadership minister ordained by the Institute of Awakened Mastery since 2018. I co-own Blessoterra, the light center I share with my wife, Osiris Indriya. And along with my spiritual work, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an artist and musician and performer, and I'm a husband and a father. And I live and work in Bothell, Washington, and we're going to begin with the path. What is a path to purpose? Everyone's path to purpose is unique. There are similarities because we are all human beings. Belief is an effective tool, but it can be shaken. Tools that work regardless of belief and for any human that applies them are universal. And universal tools can be shared to help others. Every person's path is unique. We're all individual. We all here have special gifts. And yet, there's a part of us that is the same as all other humans. We have things in common. So it makes sense that there are sets of tools that work for all humans similarly, even if the way we express how they work can be very different. So I have been on a mission since I was young to find these universal tools. I tested many different systems. I studied Taoism, Buddhism, shamanism, Wiccan, witchcraft, you name it. I explored it. I tried it. I produced raves. I was an artist, a musician. I tried everything I could think of to try to bring people together, try to figure out how I could master myself and make that a repeatable process. Because if I can do it, I should be able to also help other people do the same thing. The more of us that follow an effective path, you may not agree with that, you may agree with that. But that is definitely what I have seen and experienced as I have walked my path. The specific system that I'm speaking about today comes from the Modern Mystery School. It's an official legal organization that administrates the continuation of an 8,000-year-old tradition. So this is a very old tradition, and it has been maintained over the years. And the legal entity that does my certification and helps maintain the integrity of this tradition is called the Modern Mystery School. And it was established as a universal system by King Solomon the Wise 3,000 years ago. So this is the same King Solomon from the Bible, the son of King David. 3,000 years ago, he brought people together from all over the world to create a universal system that worked for everybody. And it's been passed down through oral tradition from teacher to student. And what is passed down is knowledge, tools, energy, and authority. So knowledge is information. Tools are actions that we can take that have predictable results. Energy is the non-physical forces that support the work. And the authority is what comes from tradition, what comes from being passed down from someone else who had authority. So authority is bestowed from teacher to student directly. And oral tradition means that a student learns in the presence of a teacher. So we literally share the same space, so all of this can be transmitted together. And the results are validated by internal transformation and external results. So what's different between this system and many other systems of belief or religions is that we learn through experience and we measure the effectiveness of the tools through actual results. So it looks more like a scientist running experiments than it does somebody operating on faith, as an example. So it's not about, I tell you something, you believe it. It's, I give you a tool, you test it, and you see what your results are, and we can discuss those results. And that's how this has been done for thousands of years. The first step to changing everything is to choose yourself. When the world outside becomes unsatisfying, no one seems to have the answers you need. It becomes painful to fit in, and you feel alone, like nobody understands. You choose to let go of everything you think you know, to let your feelings guide you, to internalize your ambition and your motivation, to seek others who are on a similar journey. I guess this is all up to me. What I'm describing here is the process that one goes through to wake themselves up. Inevitably, if somebody has a spark within them that I'm here to do something important, there is something major that I know I need to do. I'm driven to make that happen. And yet, when I look out in the world and I say, hey, world, I'm here to do something big, and the world says to me, no, you're not. You're supposed to fit into this little space here that was left over from someone else who grew out of it. For example, as a teenager, you're getting your first job. It's so hard to get that first job. You have no resume, you have no experience. So you have to find very often a very low-level position that somebody else grew out of. And you have to convince that company or that hiring manager, whoever that is, that you are the perfect person to fit that job. You have to change your shape. You have to reform yourself to say, I'm the person who fits here, even though that has nothing to do with who we are or what we came here to do. And that pattern repeats itself over and over and over in life. And we're continuously told by life, by the world, by people in authority, family, institutions, that that is how the world works and that's how we need to operate. And we learn to put on different faces and wear different masks in order to succeed in life. And eventually that breaks us down. It literally breaks us apart into fragments of ourselves where I can only be this way here, I'm this way there. So at school, I'm this person. In my relationship, I'm that person. But eventually, we just can't do it anymore. We can become depressed, our energy is low, and we have a breakdown. We can't do this anymore. But this is not a sustainable way to live. So we have to look within. And as we look within, we find some spark within us that says, you know what? I guess this is all up to me. I'm the one who has to make this happen. The world isn't going to do this for me. And this is the moment that we call self-initiation. It's the first step on an individual's path to purpose, fulfillment, and joy. And my guess is that if you are here watching this now, this is something that you recognize and have already experienced. It's not particularly common experience. There are a lot of people who never experience this in life, but some people do. Some people, the drive inside them is so strong that eventually they have to push back and become their own center of movement in their life. Somehow I have to do this. Step 2, activate your purpose. And I know that I'm speaking about a very specific path today. There are other paths. So I'm not trying to say this is the only path. This is the path that I have used and has worked extremely effectively for me. So now the second step is where we'll begin the path that relates to the modern mystery school. Life activation. It's an ancient Solomonic service performed on an individual by an individual certified to be able to perform the service. It includes an energy balancing that supports the individual's elements, chakras, energy systems, aura, and connection to spirit. It activates the individual's physical and spiritual codes to increase access to light. And what I mean by that word light is access to spiritual energy. And one of the principles within this Hermetic system of the modern mystery school is as above, so below, or as below, so above. So if my physical body has a code, has a DNA, then my spiritual essence must as well. And the life activation is an ancient Solomonic session that accesses these codes and helps expand our access to our spirit, to our own connection to the divine, to the universe, to whatever you want to call whatever is bigger than what's going on in the physical plane. And it concludes with a reading that can only be done as part of the life activation. It includes spagyric or sprays that help us to integrate what we just received through the session, to help us ground it and access all of this potential in the physical. Step 3, empower yourself, or we call it Empower Thyself. This is a 2-day class of instruction culminating in your initiation into the brotherhood and sisterhood of light. It's also called a mystery school initiation. During the 2 days, we share with you a complete system of knowledge, tools, energy, and authority to build your resilience and clarify your purpose. So we've been living in a world that was trying to make us fit into what's there, to sustain what it needs, instead of helping us be our best selves and express ourselves completely. So a big part of what we learn in Empower Thyself are tools to help us build resilience. That resilience is important so that we can stand in the world as ourselves, regardless of the fact that it's telling us we need to be something else. So it helps to strengthen us and be able to both know ourselves, but express ourselves. And it also helps us get in touch with what exactly our purpose is. That's what these tools are for. So this is all centered on healing myself, making myself the person that can be what I need to be in the world, to make me more self-sufficient and capable and successful at fulfilling whatever it is my purpose to do. We learn how to establish an energetic container for better protection and focus. And there's actually multiple containers that we train you to use in the Empower Thyself class. One that works around your body, that moves with you, and one that establishes sacred space in a room. And gain greater access to unseen forces through ritual, prayer, and meditation. And it includes a full color manual. There is so much information shared in this 2-day class that we don't actually expect everyone to come away feeling like they're ready to use all of it. So this manual that's produced by the Modern Mystery School is an amazing booklet that has all of the core teachings that were shared during Empower Thyself. You can take notes within it to add additional information to help you. It has all the rituals and tools in there, so you can take it home and bring this into your life. It doesn't do you any good if you go to a class, you're exposed to the information, and then you go back and keep living the life you've always been living. So this has everything you need to bring these tools and make them a part of your everyday life, and to test them and start seeing what impacts they make. What changes are you able to create for yourself by using these universal tools? For those who wish to continue, the next step is to prepare for the second step initiation, which is called Healer's Academy. And there's a number of prerequisite classes required to go to the Mystery School headquarters to get the second step initiation. And these classes include Sacred Geometry, which is all about creating sacred space. It's about a 4-hour class. We have an Astral Travel class, which is all about expanding consciousness and learning to travel outside the body with your consciousness. That's also a 4-hour class. There's Journeys of the Spirit. It's a series of meditations with unseen energies. That's a full-day class. And then we have the 12 Races of Earth, which is all about humans and our elemental neighbors, or human-like beings that are not human that we share this earth with, and that is a 4-hour class as well. All of these are required before you can attend Healer's Academy at the Mystery School headquarters. Step 4, empower others. So you've empowered yourself. Now we have the opportunity to turn that outward and begin serving other people. Healer's Academy, which I just mentioned, is a 5-day intensive training program that teaches you to perform the life activation for other people. You receive deeper teachings on how we can serve ourselves and serve others. And it's presented by a panel of teachers from all over the world. So you get to learn from a group of amazing, amazing people that help you see things from different perspectives. You receive training and certification to guide groups with something called the Max Meditation System. I've tried many, many systems, and they were all good at bringing some level of peace to me, but nothing has been as effective at me learning how to hear the music of my own soul and connect to the energy of my spirit than the Max Meditation System, which is a multi-part system that helps you relax the body, to empty the mind of all thoughts, to focus on one thing for an extended period of time. And then there's a guided visualization before bringing you back into your physical body. And these steps together create an amazing experience of both physical relaxation, mental, emotional peace, but the ability to increase focus and actually do something in that space. So it's not about just being quiet and not about just sitting still, but learning how to use that space to engage with your inner world and know yourself better. And it concludes with the second mystery school initiation into greater service. So you get more knowledge, more tools, more energy, more authority to not only serve yourself, but now serve other people using the tools of this lineage. This is offered in Toronto and London for people who speak English. If you speak Brazilian Portuguese, you can go to Brazil. If you speak Japanese, you can go to Japan. There are several headquarters all over the world, but if you're an English speaker, and I imagine you are because you're listening to me, then the best places to go for this are Toronto and London. After that, if you still want more, there's the next step of initiation, which is called Guide. Guide is initiation into 100% commitment to service to others, meaning that it is my mission and purpose to help other people master themselves. This is definitely something I felt since way before I found the mystery school, and the fact that the mystery school had this level of initiation is what got me really excited. And it isn't for everybody, and you don't have to do this, but for those who this is literally, you would die if you couldn't do this, like myself. I really needed to be able to help people. I just knew, but I knew I couldn't do it without helping myself. And that's exactly what this system provides for me. It comes with the authority to teach the Empower Thyself class and to initiate new students into the mystery school path. Those of us who are initiated guides have the responsibility to find those who are seeking and give them a pathway to use the exact same tools that we have and give them every opportunity to do all the things that we can do. So I life activate, I teach, I initiate, and if somebody wants to do all the same things that I do, I help guide them to access everything they need to become a guide potentially one day. You receive greater influence over the administration and evolution of the tradition. So there's two types of influence. You have influence by the people you bring in, because every new person added to the lineage impacts the lineage. You're now a participant in this ancient system that has been continuous for so many thousands of years, but you're bringing your unique flavor to it. So you're adding new people into the system, but we actually meet as guides once a year, both to be recertified, so we know that we're still in alignment and we're still working with the tools the way they're intended to be shared with the world. But we also make decisions as a group that affect the whole Western world. With Guide, there are opportunities for higher training and apprenticeship to become an international instructor within the Modern Mystery School. If you want to learn how to be a teacher, to teach other initiates within the tradition, it's usually required that you are a guide first, so that you're teaching the essential tools through Empower Thyself first before doing more advanced things. And for Guide, this is the first step that requires an application and the acceptance from the leadership at the Modern Mystery School. Step 5, change the world. Once we have empowered ourselves and we've started to empower others, we expand our thinking, our consciousness, our awareness to start working in the world. We can learn additional healing modalities that can support all the people that we serve through something called Healers Academy 2. We can participate in group learning through Universal Kabbalah, Alchemy, Wicca, Warriors of Light, and so much more. I personally have focused a lot on Universal Kabbalah. Kabbalah is a system of understanding how creation happens. So if you're a creative person and like a musician or an artist or even an entrepreneur, and you're trying to bring in really unique, authentic ideas that come from within, the Universal Kabbalah is a fantastic system for that. We connect with local and international communities for inspiration and support. The Modern Mystery School is an organization that has members and initiates all over the world. So as we learn more and go deeper, we create community with people that are like-minded with us, but live all over the world. It's so amazing to know how many people there really are who want to make the world a better place, starting with themselves and helping one person at a time. We expand Team Light with activations, initiations, community service, and more. We can help through prayer, meditation, ritual, but we can also do it directly by direct action in our community. And ultimately, the goal of the Modern Mystery School tradition is world peace. It's to share healing and purpose with enough people who can catalyze an age of peace and prosperity. So we know that this path is not for everyone, but if enough people in the world know themselves better and are able to accomplish purpose, then the world is going to be a better place. And it doesn't take everyone, but if enough people are moving in that direction, then we can tip the scales and live a life of peace and harmony on the earth. It doesn't have to be disharmonious. It doesn't have to feel like it does today, like all of the things we see that we wish were different. We can change it, but we do it starting with ourselves and one person at a time. If you'd like to get started, the best thing you can do is reach out and talk to me. I love talking to new people. We can talk about your unique gifts and how these ancient tools can activate your higher purpose. We can have a free 1-hour meeting. We can do it in person. We can do it over Zoom. We can do it over a phone call. The most important thing is just reaching out and having a conversation. And you can schedule that by scanning the QR code on the screen right now, or going to blessoterra.center/consultation. We've put together some packages to make it easy for people who know they want this and they're ready to commit to more. You can save up to 20% by choosing one of the packages we have available. We have the activation package. We have the empowerment package that has everything with the activation package, plus an Empower Thyself class. We have our Lightworker package, which includes everything required to attend Healers Academy at one of the Modern Mystery School headquarters. And you can see all the details of these packages on blessoterra.center/packages, or you can scan the QR code on this screen. Here's my contact information. You can also join our online community, which is at inspire.blessoterra.center. I hope that some of this sounds familiar and that you have found some keys that inspire you to move forward on your path to mastering yourself and serving others and serving your higher purpose. If any of this is interesting to you or you have questions, I sincerely hope you reach out, that we connect. I look forward to getting to know you and seeing how I can serve you. And thank you for attending The Adventure of a Lifetime: 5 Steps to Change Everything.